Hey everybody, it's Crypto Steve, and I'm back again with an update on the TownStar event that's going on. There's a few updates for the people who are playing TownStars and Splinterlands. And as you know, my channel talks about both those games because they're play-to-earn games, which are similar to the Tron projects that I say you can stake coins to earn money. You can also use the Celsius app to put any of your coins there and get a return on that. It's similar to staking coins with a little bit more risk. Check out my Celsius video if you want to see anything about that. Stake Cube also lets you do those kind of things. If you've been looking through my videos and you're like, boy, things are kind of jumbled, I told you all I would do this, so I did do it. I made playlists now. So you can come here. Here's all my Gala games, TownStar, and their new one that's coming out. Here's my Bet Fury videos. That's another platform that you can kind of, if you risk money, you can get some staking tokens. And then here's my Celsius and Stake Cube videos. These are two of my favorite platforms to both trade on and hold crypto on. D-City's another game I cover. Splinterlands, you know, I have a ton of videos on that. And then my Tron projects, my Ethereum projects. I'm going to make a Polkadot playlist when I get into those lists. And it's just, I'm going to try to keep these updated, add more, do more. I'm always looking for project suggestions. If anybody wants me to check something out, let me know. But let's go ahead and get into the TownStar update I wanted to share with you. So the main thing I wanted to share with you, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this so you can read it yourself, is they finally came out and explained the payouts for this event. Now, the first week of the event is ending in about 20 minutes, so the video will be up right about the time that this is ending. And then they usually have about a 1-day break, and then they start the next week. Every time they do a 5-day gameplay and like 2 days off, and then 5 days of playing. And it really is a game where you have to have it running 24/7. It can't be minimized and all of that. The disappointment is the $5,000 in Bitcoin they're giving out, they're only giving out prizes to the top 10 each week. I had told people in the previous video the top 1,000 would be getting some kind of reward, but I didn't know what. And they finally explained that those top 1,000 are going to get some of the NFTs to make some of the bots that help the farms run better. They will have some value. They're currently on the Ethereum chain. So if you just make the top 1,000, you'll get a common. If you can make the top 100, you'll get a rare. If you can actually make the top 10, which I cannot do, and I've been playing the game for a little while, you get $100 in Bitcoin. So that's kind of cool. And the final week of December, so you could learn how to play the game, kind of see if you could push to that top 10 if you're one of those guys who's really good at setting up. Basically, it's basically to be a top guy, you got to have a strategy, learn the best items to sell, and learn the best way to set up your town. And that's how you could actually win this game. One other announcement, if you are a Splinterlands player, if you join this, you'd have to see this today. You can join into their server and then go to the Gala Games chat, and you can enter to win 50,000 Dark Energy Crystals. This is really only for the Splinterlands players who are also playing Gala Games because of the partnership. You have to be in both Splinterland and Gala Games Discords and give them your name, your Discord name, and then give them your email to show you that you are signed up and playing both games. But hey, you could win 50,000 Dark Energy Crystals. I'm not sure how that's being exactly given out, so maybe you can only win 10,000 and they're going to pick 5 winners. We'll find out more on that soon. Here was the original matchup. As you can see, they just said 5,000 BTC is up for grabs. The first info I could find out is you had to be in the top 1,000 to go ahead and play it. Here's my little reply. They didn't even like it, right? Come on, laugh. But let's go ahead and check out my town. You know, you can't see people's finished towns in the game. You can't click on towns. So I am giving you a peek of a town that netted me. It's going to be just over 700,000 points when I go ahead and sell. Right now I'm just selling butter and resources because the game is ending and there's no reason for me to be really, in theory, I'm just going to switch this one to sugar because I have way too much sugar I just saw, so that's kind of funny. Go ahead and sell some of that. But here's the mechanic of the game. You make stuff, you sell it. Now, I was running the 4 bakeries, 3 up here and 1 I just nestled down in here, to make baguettes, where I run 2 butters, 1 dough, and 1 baguette until the butter builds up. Then I switch a butter over to 2 on dough, and then I get the baguettes made a little bit faster. To show you an idea, you create butter here, you create dough here, you create baguettes here. there's more of an art form than you think to balancing out your town so that you can make these things. Because see, you need 2 milk, 2 salt, 2 sugar, 5 flour, 1 eggs, 1 butter. So you have to be making milk and milk, salt, and sugar to be able to make the butter. Yet you have to be making a lot of flour to be able to make the dough. And then you have to have even more butter over here for the baguette. Wood's not a big deal. No matter what you build in this game, you need wood. It's just some places get away with less wood. Some places get away with more. The basic ideas are you can do that, or I'll show you really quickly. The other build that you can go is more industrial, where you do fabric plants. You can do just fabric plants where you make uniforms. That requires you to do sheep and cotton, and you don't need windmills. So that's kind of a fun build to do, and it's what I'm going to try for next week. But you can also do steel mines, iron mines and steel mines, and you can combo those with fabric plants to eventually make an item in here called blue steel. This build takes, you got to go fabric plants first to get to steel mills, because these cost 2 million to make, and that's a lot more than bakeries. So let me just go back into the shop. I'm just giving you guys a couple quick tips here for anybody that wanted to come and hang out. See, bakeries are only 200,000 to get to, so you get to these sooner. And then cakeries are a little bit different. Making cakes takes a lot more sugar. But basically, if you wanted to make cakes, you'd make 2 of these bakeries to make butters. And then you'd make 2 cakeries, 1 to make batter and 1 to make cakes. And if you could manage it so that you could do more buildings and build them faster, that's awesome for you. I get stuck right about here. I can't make my town any more efficient. And that puts me at 38th place. I might go up or down a place or 2. This guy's close to me. This person could be close to me if they're about to sell some cakes. I don't see a lot of us pushing to go up or down a place or 2 here, because it's the top 100 that are getting prizes. Let me show how many points you'd have to make to get into the top 100 and get the rare NFT that could be worth a little bit more money. 134,000. I got 700,000 points, so that's not very good. I did that in about a day of play, so it's still very realistic that if you get in, figure this game out, you could be winning the rare NFTs. If you're somebody who's a master of these kind of foreign games, to get into the top 10, you got to do way better than me. So 10th place got 3 million. That is literally 4 times as good as me, basically, almost. Now, I made some mistakes in my town. I'll go over them really quickly, because the video is already reaching that point where I want to get done with it. But just to know the mistakes that I did. I had too much salt. I wasn't running all of these till right now when it's the end of the game and I'm just making butter and salt, because I'm just trying to sell a few more things in the last few minutes. I couldn't actually, wait for my town to make the more expensive items. But I had salt going all the way up here. And then I tried to build my farm up here. I'm a dummy. You can't build them next to mountains. Mountains have shade. I didn't learn that until today, because every time I've ever had a mountain next to me, I tried to make iron mines. This is the first time I picked a tile. We're just for fun. I got the new snow thing for winter over here. I thought it would do something for the game. It doesn't. It's decorative, so don't do that. You need an ocean to make salt. It makes salt fast, but it makes salt so fast that you can probably get away with about 6 of these. And then I could have arranged my town better. The one thing I'll show you that is a setup that is pretty decent is my fuel farming. So you do need to do 2 power plants relatively close to 2 refineries, relatively close to 2 water pumps, and you want your lumber mill in that area with a water pump, and you want your wood storage nearby and your oil storage nearby. So nobody here ever has to leave this general area when it comes to the people making my fuel. And fuel is something you have to get to relatively early in the game. Maybe some people wouldn't have tried to make jet fuel to make money and just would have had these 2 and 1 of these and just have them keep making the gasoline so they could sell. That might be a more efficient thing to do than make the jet fuel, because as I show you, jet fuel, I have millions of dollars, and jet fuel only sells for 14,000, and that is the last thing that you can make with the gasoline. So this is not an end game build that you could do. You couldn't just repeat this and be making tons of gas with oil. You just wouldn't make enough money. They haven't made a build like that that uses that. You can do it with wood, and you make these items are very important to make is lumber. and you see lumber sells for almost as much as the gas, and it is just wood, and then it turns into iron. So you end up with iron from the mines combined with the lumber to make the actual iron. So that's an alternative build that you can do. That's pretty strong. Those are basically the two plays you can play. You either play next to an ocean and get salt and do a city that looks kind of like this. I'm not going over it a ton. I don't know how many of you want to stare at this for a second, so I'll slow down. But one of the better ways I could have done this, just as a quick recap, all of these buildings right here should be here because these are too close to this wheat and it's making it grow slow. I just didn't move them over here because I'm an idiot. I could have done that early on in this first, once I had all this money, just rebuilt this stuff. It wouldn't have took that long, and it would have made these things grow a lot faster. Then I could have deleted probably all of this because I didn't need that salt, and I could have built some more buildings in towns and windmills maybe. I could have played something over here because if all of this was growing efficiently instead of super slow with these red timers, if it had 20-second green timers like the stuff over here that doesn't have windmills near it, that would be better. And I found out that regular buildings, I did not realize this, guys who grab the crops don't slow them down as much because see, this is still a yellow timer even though it's within a few squares of this. This is actually 2 squares away from that, and this is 3 squares away from that, and they're still red. So see, these ones that are 3 squares away, they're green actually. These are actually really fast over here. And so if this stuff was here, then my windmills were here, I would have been better. Or even better, if these windmills were over here, so they were closer to my silos, and all of these buildings were here. So now I know these kind of buildings, instead of putting them by the outward wall, they need to be closer to the buildings that end up being closer to my crops. I did put one here. I tested the theory. This used to be a windmill. I deleted it. I made this one there, and then these things turned to yellow and green instead of both being red. So it did make a difference as to this area becoming a good area to grow stuff, and it made my town better. So that's the one little quick tips I'll give. Mountains throw shade. Don't try to put plants by them. Cows can have buildings right next to them and still produce milk quickly. I guess they let you do industrial farming here. I had one chicken coop here. If you're only doing the bakery, that's all you need. You'll need 2 or 3 if you're going to make cakes, depending on how efficient your town is, because you need more eggs to make cakes. You don't need that many eggs to make the bakery, so you just need 1, and then you could turn it on and off. You want to set up around enough of these to be efficient with your ranch hands that are making feed for your animals. And one trick I learned is at the end of the game, when you don't need wood, you don't want wood in here. You don't want to sit with 20 wood, even if you're a wood person. You want to sit with 20 lumber, because what happens is when they need a wood, your lumberjacks will grab it and feed them. But if wood is in here, you see right here, all of my ATV drivers will come over here and grab the wood. And that is not good, because all of a sudden nobody is feeding. Right? Now my things are completely empty with no food, because all of these idiots are going to try to get wood when there is no rush to give them wood. They have to eat 8 times before they need that wood. So you can just wait till your lumberjack is here. This is something normally I do. I was doing this for the last few days, but it is a pretty good tip. So that's the last one I'll leave there for you. Just remember, if you want to come and play, make sure you join the server. Know that you can win some items, and I have a link below. It's still a new game. Gala Games in general is a new project, and they're doing some exciting stuff. So if you want to come and join them, they're currently an Ethereum project because they're a game. They are looking into some other projects. Some other chains. They talk about the rewards that they're doing for this game. This is their MMO that they're going to be releasing that looks a little bit like Minecraft, so like an actual MMO game that looks like Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft, so maybe it is an MMO game technically, but in this one you will own all your items. They're doing a land pre-sale. These, if I go to the my inventory, let me see. How do I get to the shop? guess I just go down. Oh, right here. Oh, this is the land sale. So I don't want to look at the land sale. I'm not buying land. I want to look at the TownStar items. So this is what you're going to be winning. Either common or rare pieces that you need. And you can see, I mean, these things cost 0.007 ETH if you are buying it from them. So the market value will be maybe a little bit less than that on a common. And if you go up here to this is a uncommon. So these ones are 0.025 ETH. And then the rares are 0.1 ETH. So I don't know exactly what you'll be able to sell this for if you decide to sell it. It depends on a little bit on demand, but the base price from them is 0.1 ETH. So you can probably try to sell it for 0.08 or 0.07. You'll have to look. I'll have to check out OpenSea and really see what that's selling for. I know that they tend to price their things at a pretty high price, in my opinion, and that is just. I think that's good to set, like this game takes some investment if you want to dominate, and you do win gala for playing the game. So I've won 8,000 for playing for free without ever being, or almost 9,000 without ever being on top. I usually finish my week somewhere between 25th and 40th on the Christmas server, where it was a lot more competitive because this is one of the highest scores I've ever gotten at 700,000, and I'm all the way down at 38th, and I might be at 39th if this guy passes me. He's right behind me. So let's go ahead and let's sell some butter, and I guess I should make some dough because I have 7, and I have some wheat. So, oh wait, you're trying to make dough. But I don't have, I gotta remake my chickens. Let's go ahead and go to the ranch and I'll remake my chicken coop. I don't know if in 6 minutes I'll be able to make those or not. But I'll go ahead and sell out my last few items. And then that's it, guys. I'm gonna get this up for you in just a few minutes, I hope. And then this season will be over. 5 minutes left. We'll have a couple days, and then the next week, or this week is over. Or season, I guess you could call them seasons, but they last 5 days each thing. And then starting probably on Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday, the next round will start. And if you want to come and play and get a free NFT that could go up in value, then come and check it out. I mean, to be honest, if I go to the bottom, there's only 1,113 people that signed up, and a whole bunch of people didn't play. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's Farmville. Farmville's not the most exciting game in the world. The most crypto people, I feel like they're younger, hipper. If they're gamers, they're into serious games. They're out there playing really fun games. They're not playing Farmville. So, look, I mean, if you just sold one item, you would have been in the top 1,000. If you just played the game, and literally when you first join, you can sell wheat right away, and that's the 10 points these people have. So they literally logged in probably one time, sold that one free item, and this guy's at 599. And then if you look, like I said, if I go to my rank of 38th, let's see, did I spread myself away from that guy a little bit? Yeah, 3,000 points ahead, haha. See if he passes me up at the end. To be top 100 and get a rare NFT, like I said, only 135,000. So 135,000 is not really competitively playing the game. It would just be playing the game and checking things out and having a little bit of fun with that. Oops, I accidentally stopped that. But that's all. Oh, one last little tip if anybody hung out till the 19-minute mark. Builders' houses don't need to be near roads. So in the beginning, you can build your builder house like off out of the way and get yourself an extra spot next to a road. Once you have a little bit of cash, and they go good in these stupid little corners, because these corners are not technically next to roads, even though I would argue they are, but this is like a good place to put it. So any place where your road ends and you're going to have a little corner, you can put a builder's house. You don't really need more than one in the beginning. And then when you really start to extend, you want like 3 or 4 just to finish stuff up fast. You really want to be able to finish stuff up fast. Because, your town is kind of self-sufficient. You could ignore the game. So when you're playing it, those extra builders' houses are good. But at the end, you should probably only have like 2. Also, it's not a bad idea. Another thing that you can place in these corner rows that are usable is your truck to sell items or your boat to sell items. Either one of those can go in the very corner space, and then if you were to have roads that were going into here, the boat's not as important, but I just put it in a corner spot. I should have put it in this corner spot because up by the mountain was unusable, and this is a good spot to grow salt if I wanted to. But I don't need to do that because the game is ending, and I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thank you very much. This is Crypto Steve saying thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for anyone that's checking out my videos, watching them, liking them. I hope you're learning at least a little thing about either TownStar or Splinterlands or the Tron projects I'm in. I'm going to be buying some more Ethereum because I want to get more into the Ethereum projects, but I don't like reviewing a project if I can't invest in it and try it. That's why I've been doing Tron. It's very, very easy to invest 1,000 Tron in a project and not freak out about if it's a scam or if it drops or if it goes crazy. Just learn from the process. But the Tron blockchain, I mean, it's treating me okay. I've had a couple projects pretty good, but it was the first project where I got super scammed with Sharktron. So anybody got something out there I should be looking at? I hear RFI is worth taking a look at, but I will be trying to figure out what I should be reviewing next besides my games. I will keep reviewing my games and throwing out updates on these, but I do want to do more crypto-based things. So thank you, everyone. Goodbye.